Hi everyone, today I'll be reviewing this brand new documentary series just dropped on Netflix called Churchill at War. And when I saw this documentary was coming on Netflix, I was really interested to see like what Netflix will say or do in this documentary. So this documentary, I feel like a lot of people will enjoy this, especially if you know Winston Churchill and his story and what was he stand for, what all he is about. He's like the most known person in the world, especially World War II. In that time frame, he's really very known person. And this documentary, wow, it done really good job telling you like how he is so known in that time frame and what was his stands for. And so I personally have seen his movie The Darkest Hour, where Gary Oldman has won Oscar for the best actor. Like if you don't know anything about Winston Churchill, I think The Darkest Hour tells you basic stuff about him, and that movie done really good job telling you. So although in that movie Darkest Hour, it kind of makes him this person, especially in that time frame, it makes him looks like he is this figure who's standing up for the World War II, kind of makes him a hero in that. I don't know if I want to use that. Basically, in that movie, makes him a hero. However, this documentary, though, the reason I'm bringing this up is this documentary puts Winston Churchill in different light. Meaning the first episode in this documentary, it starts with, I was really surprised because I didn't know all of these things. So I was like, wow, it makes him sounds like he is this online person, and when I was watching it, I was thinking, because in The Darkest Hour I thought he was a hero, but this documentary is putting different light on him. So I don't know how much truth to this. Obviously people who know him, they will know more about it, especially people are from England. I guess you will know more about him than me, because I only know him through The Darkest Hour movie, and I think I have seen another movie on Winston Churchill. So I'm not that familiar with his legacy, I guess. But this documentary done a good job showing his legacy. Same time, it feels like this documentary also telling people that he was, I guess although in that movie he didn't sound like he was really brave, but this is saying he's kind of influencer, influencer, how they are in this era. This documentary is implying he was kind of like that in that era. Although his stand on the World War II, it is so appreciated by people everywhere, especially his last speech. That is what that movie is about. That is why I'm keep comparing that to that. I don't know. I always try to be fair in my documentary series, because just because this is a documentary series doesn't mean it's always accurate, because sometimes they do add stuff, and in here I feel like, I don't know why they need to ask. Maybe he was like that influencer, who knows. But anyway, this documentary, all these people comes on and talks about him, especially when I saw him, I was not sure, is that George W. Bush? That is George W. Bush. So yeah, that's him. He's talking about him, and I was like, wow. So George W. Bush obviously is not very popular president in America, but but I guess that maybe Churchill, he wasn't either, but who knows. But I feel like his stand on World War II, it was quite it was good. So how can you be he did something good. So that is what my stand, I guess. But I feel like personally, this documentary, did it bring anything new? Maybe some stuff is new here, as I was learning about from this documentary. But if you like especially this kind of historical stuff, I think it's worth checking, because this documentary does bring all this historical stuff that I feel like this will be hit on Netflix. A lot of people actually enjoy this kind of stuff. I feel like this is for that demographic people, this could be hit. And people who don't know who Winston Churchill is, they will learn a lot about him. So I didn't know that his dad was also in the political party. This documentary is very interesting if you are into this historical everything. Like my knowledge on Winston Churchill is that based on that movie Darkest Hour, which I really liked Gary Oldman in that movie, So for me, I thought it was quite interesting watching it. But if you know about this guy, obviously you have your own belief and you already know. But if you don't know, this is bringing you all this information. So you have to be careful what you believe, what you not, especially this kind of documentary. Often I see comments on my review that people blindly believe. That is why I always tell, don't always believe. You do research and then you see what you believe or not, because sometimes these documentaries, they are very manipulative. So so as a reviewer, I always try to make sure telling audience that do your own research. That is why I thought still this documentary, it is interesting, especially the people who like this historical documentary. They will really like it. But I feel like those people probably already know about him. So that is where this will be like, wow, what are you saying here? So that's why I'm like, wow. But still is very interesting documentary, honestly. So I personally liked because I know this character, so it was very interesting watch for me. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this documentary series. If you enjoyed this review, don't watch other reviews on other show and documentary series. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.